Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths, you might struggle to come to terms with why you had to go through the abuse, the betrayal, the torment, the hurt, the pain, right? That might be something that you struggle to kind of understand and interpret of why you needed to go through the abuse that you did, right? You've got to understand that these narcissists that are involved in your life love to destroy the one they can't control. That's who you was in the life of the narcissist. You was one they couldn't control, right? You had resilience. You just in your own personal character. You've got character. You've got aura. You've got a mindset. You know, this is something that irritates them. This is something they don't like. They don't like your unique nature about yourself, right? They like you to be subservient to them, play your role, you know, appease them. And the thing is you might have, you know, appeased them to a certain extent, and, you know, they manipulated you, etc. But still, they weren't satisfied. They weren't satisfied. They wanted complete control over your life. And what I've noticed from speaking to people in sessions and stuff like that is, you know, early days on, you know, before you awaken to the narcissist, during the love bomb and stuff like that, you know, you're quite happy to be there for them and support them. And you're, what's the right word I can use to describe it? You know, you keep it amicable, you know, between you and the narcissist, you know. If you see anything out of character from them, usually it goes over your head and it doesn't really bother you too much. But the thing is, as time proceeds, right, with these narcissists, is you start to get a bit more resilient. You start to stand your ground a bit more and more and more. And this is what happens through the course of the relationship, right? You start standing your ground, and they get it into their minds that, you know, if they can't have complete control over you, they want to destroy you. You got to understand that these narcissists that are involved in your life would have probably stayed with you to your last days, right? You have to understand this is why you need to take, however it ended, it was a discard, reverse discard, you cut them off because they become too toxic. You need to take it as a blessing, right? The reason why this ended in the way that it did is because they couldn't control you like they wanted to, right? That's why it ended. If they could control you, if you were a doormat, right? If you were easily really easily manipulated, like they had complete control over every aspect of your life, they would have stayed with you. That's what you need to understand. And I know it's hard for you to try and decipher that now in a place of hurt. You'll be like, but Zion, no, maybe I was a doormat, or maybe I was someone they could walk all over and stuff like that. There was things about you where you had resilience, right? There were things about you where you were unable to be manipulated. This used to happen on a daily occurrence. There were lots of things where they couldn't manipulate you to the degree they wanted to manipulate you. They couldn't take advantage of you the way they wanted to take advantage of you. This used to happen on a daily occurrence, right? Just even the way that you maybe have got into disagreements or arguments with them, they hated that. You were meant to just accept their narrative, you know, but you stood up for yourself. You stood up for your point. You stood by your point. You would argue with them. Even if after they manipulated you and you apologized over it because of your behavior or something like that, or the way you spoke to them, they still didn't like the way that you were able to stand up for yourself. And that's what all of you collectively done as empaths, right? Empaths are nice people. You're nice people. You treat people kindly. You treat people with respect. You treat people decently. But coming up against a narcissist, they honestly, they press your buttons so much that, you know, sometimes through reactive abuse. You act out of character. You might shout, you might scream, you stand up for yourself, because you are literally being bullied by these individuals. You're literally being bullied by them, and when you stand up to a bully, they really don't like it. If you want to stay informed on topics like these, subscribe to the channel. Remember, if you want me to shed some light on a personal situation, book a one-to-one session. I do all countries and time zones. Links in the description box below. They really didn't like your character. This is why they get the agenda to go all out. They start planning. They start planning how they can take you down, how they can devalue you, how they can literally try write you off. Well, that's what they call it in England when you write off a car. When a car's totaled, what do you call it in America? I think you call it totaled. Yeah, you total a car. Like when a car's beyond repair, when a car's beyond repair after an accident or a crash, they say written off in England, in UK. I think you call it totaled in the States. I think you do. But that's basically what the agenda was for them towards you. They wanted you to be beyond repair, so broken, destroyed, right? This is what they wanted to do for you, right? So take it as a compliment, really. Take this as a compliment, This behavior that you saw from the narcissist, take it as a compliment, They've done this to you and they treated you this way because they couldn't control you. Now, I don't want you to start reflecting back saying, oh, Zion, maybe I shouldn't have stood up for myself. Maybe I shouldn't. Yes, you should have stood up for yourself. Yes, you should have done what you did. Even if on occasion you come out of your character, you shouted or you done things you weren't proud of towards the narcissist, please don't regret those things, right? They know how to push your buttons, right? They deliberately try and push your buttons to try and destroy you. They deliberately try and antagonize you. Please, none of you be thinking that you wish that maybe you just, kept quiet, kept stum, and let them have their way, because honestly, these narcissists would have liked to stay with you till the end of days, right? To your last days, they would have liked to stay by your side. But they realized that staying with you is not an option. They realized this. They realize that you're someone that sees through the lies and the deception. You've got to understand that narcissists are scanning you constantly. In these interactions you had, it could have been when you were laying together at night, talking pillow talk before you go to sleep. Could have been when you walk through the door from work. Could have been on any occasion. These narcissists are really assessing everything you say and do, right? And the closer that they get with you, they start to understand that you're actually a threat to them. Not that you're going to harm them or hurt them or anything like that, but you're a threat to this fantasy and this outwardly portrayal they're trying to present to the world. You're a threat to that, They know, you know it as well. There's some stories that they told you, or some stories about their victimhood past, or something that happened to them, and it's probably all, you're piecing together all the pieces of the puzzle now, and you're like, oh my God, that was a lie. Oh my God, that was a lie. Oh my God, they was lying about that. It's probably all coming to you now. But even at the time, during when they exchanged these words with you, it didn't fully resonate with you, right? And they saw this in your eye. They saw this in your eye, that these stories, these victim stories, these lies that they make up about their life didn't sit right well with you. And that's why they deemed you as a threat. They honestly deemed you as a threat, So you have to take this as a compliment, like I was saying. Take this as a compliment. They try to destroy you because they can't control you. You're an empath. They can't control you. And narcissists want to destroy the one who they can't control, right? So, like I said, you might question why the relationship ended. The relationship has ended because they couldn't control you, right? Because you had resilience, a strong character, a beautiful aura, intellect, intelligence. You know, you are a special soul, right? And they didn't like you like that. They wanted you like a doormat. They wanted you where they can walk all over you. They wanted you where they can have full control over your life, and you didn't give them the opportunity to have that. So that's why the relationship ended in the way they did, and they didn't even destroy you. I know you might be hurt. I know you might be broken. I know you might be devastated, but still, they didn't destroy you to the magnitude that they wished they could have destroyed you. So anyway, thanks for listening today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you want to donate, you don't have to, but if you'd like to support the channel, you can. Links in the description box below. For more narcissism-based content, check out our other channel. Links in the description box. Please visit the forums. One of them is Tips to Heal, and I'd love to find out what helps you on your journey. Please book a healing session with me if you need advice or some light shed on your situation. The Empath Monthly group meeting is coming up at the end of the month. Limited space is available. There's a WhatsApp group for survivors to stay in touch. I'm also doing email consultations if you need a plan of action. The links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. To know more about narcissist, inferiority complex and extreme jealousy about you, click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.